Hello there everyone, welcome to a new video. It is me, Desiree, and we are talking about this today. This is the L'Oreal Infallible up to 24-hour fresh wear foundation. And this is what it looks like. It is in a glass bottle and it has a pump. I have the shade here, True Beige, and I also had picked up the shade, this is the first shade I got, was Linen, because I thought this I wasn't able to hold it up to my face because I bought this at Walmart and they didn't have any mirrors. I even asked the worker, I was like, is there a mirror anywhere that I could hold this up to my face? And they said no. So I kind of just picked this one and it was very yellow on my face. So I did end up getting another shade at Walgreens. This is the shade True Beige. It's the one I have on today, True Beige. The shade name just sounds like it shouldn't be for me. But anyway, this is the shade I have on today. I think it's a really good shade match. And yeah, let's just talk about this little guy. So it is in a glass jar. I don't remember the price. I want to say probably $11, $12, like a L'Oreal foundation. It is in a pump. I would say the pump is a little bit delicate because the first day I pumped this out, I pumped out a whole pump on my hand. Well, not a whole pump. I pumped out like this much on my hand. And I didn't put the lid back on right away. And out of nowhere, it was pumped out again and I made a mess with it. So keep the cap on it, okay? So this is the foundation right here. It's a little bit, it's not too runny, but it is a very liquidy foundation. It's not thick at all. Super thin formula. A very thin formula. This is how it blends out. I'm going to put it on my little scar right there. We'll see if it covers it up. And this one right here too. Is that weird? But you know what? It's a demonstration. I'm just trying to show you. So it has a very, very nice coverage to it. Considering how thin it is, it has a very surprising amount of pigment. And it does describe itself as breathable, buildable coverage. Breathable, absolutely. Like I said, it's very thin, it's liquidy, it blends out on your skin super easy. I have one pump on today, and I felt totally fine with it. I did put a little bit more on my forehead because I have all this sun damage that I just hate so much. But it didn't cover it 100%, as you can still see it a little bit. I kind of like that though. I can imagine you can get full coverage with this. I haven't tried to take it to that level because that's just not I just don't like that look on my face. But I would say you'll get a really nice solid medium coverage with one pump, depending on what you have to cover and all that kind of stuff. But with one pump, that's what I felt I got. I blended out with the damp sponge and it's great. It does wear all freaking day. It says up to 24 hours. I wore this for over 24 hours on New Year's Eve. I put it on at 7:15 in the morning. And when I came home from work, I had about a 9-hour workday. It looked exactly the same. And when I first saw the name Fresh Wear, I thought Fresh was like a dewy, your skin but better. But Fresh, I think what they mean by that is after several hours, it's going to look fresh. It's going to look like you just put it on. And I absolutely think that that's true. At the end of my workday, it looked great. I'd have nothing wrong with it. I didn't touch it up at all. I did put some glitter on my eye because it was New Year's Eve, but that's all I touched up on my face. It wasn't settling into any of my lines. Nothing like that. It was great. After about 15 hours, it started looking about, what time was it? About 10 o'clock or so. I went to look in the bathroom again, and it started kind of settling into my skin. You know how when you have makeup on for a long time, it starts to look worn? That's how it started looking after 15 hours, though. It started looking like that. So this is a heck of a long wear foundation if I've ever used one. It didn't settle into my lines, though. It never settled into my lines I have here or anything around my eyes or on my forehead. It kind of just looked worn, like I had it on for a long time. And I think it was awesome. I did end up sleeping in it, and I woke up the next day. It looked a mess, but I slept in it. But if you have a long work day, you're pulling a double, I think this is a really great foundation to go for. The primer I used with this was the L'Oreal Spackle Tinted Primer, my go-to there. It's a moisturizing primer, which I think if you have dry skin or dry patches, to absolutely use a primer or something moisturizing on your face first, because this is going to cling to your dry patches. I noticed it, I had a dry patch right here on my forehead for a while, or for a couple of days, and it would like stick onto it. So absolutely use some primer that you normally like, something moisturizing, especially if you have drier skin. But other than that, I think this is really good. It didn't settle into any of my lines. It does have a fragrance though, and I don't even want to pump more out because I feel like I'm wasting it. I'm just going to pump a tiny little bit, just so I can describe the fragrance to you. Like even that little tiny bit, it's very strong. It smells exactly like the Healthy Vitalist foundation from CoverGirl, if you've smelled that. It's like a florally sweet alcohol smell, like a hairspray. But with this one, it does go away. Like once I have it blended out on my face, I don't even notice it. It completely disappears. So if you open this up and you pump it out and you notice that really strong scent right away, don't freak out. It's going to go away. I promise you. I'm the most sensitive to scent person ever. And this truly does disappear by the time you blend it out. I think that's it. I think that's all I have to say about this. I have really, really been enjoying this. I got a great shade match for me. They do have a few testers at the Walgreens store for the foundation, so you can try out the shades that they have. If they have one that matches you, that's a tester. You can smell if you like that scent or not, but it goes away. I promise you, don't freak out. But yeah, that's it. It does have SPF 25, but I always feel like I don't put enough foundation on to feel like I'm using it like a sunscreen. What else? I think that's it. As far as it being breathable, yes, it's super duper thin. It doesn't feel like you're putting on a heavy foundation. It's really lightweight and it wears all day. And I have really been enjoying this a lot. I think L'Oreal did another home run foundation with this one. The shaping stick was so good. This is another really great one. I know they have a concealer, I think, that goes along with this. I cannot wait to get it. But yeah, that's it. Those are my thoughts on the L'Oreal Infallible Fresh Wear Foundation. If you use this, please let me know what your thoughts are. I would love to know. And that is that. Thanks for watching this video. I really appreciate it. And I will see you in another one. Goodbye.